What's up? My name's Sam. These socks are so great, actually. I love my job. And then on this part that you can't say, it says, haha, just kidding. What's up, you guys? My name is Sam. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be describing step-by-step how to change your name and your gender in the court so you get a certified copy. For those of you that don't know, I am female to male, transgender. I am almost 4 years on testosterone and almost 3 years post-op top surgery. So I have been through this. I know that it's one of the more intimidating, kind of scary processes that a lot of people tend to put off because it's just lots of paperwork. You have the court to deal with, maybe people that don't support you and don't help you. So I'm hoping that this video provides just an easy way to get through the process, know exactly what to do, what forms to fill out, have all the resources. I also know that when you go searching for the information finally of what to do, you either can't find any or there's so much information that it's just overwhelming and you just don't want to do it. So I hope this kind of consolidates it all and makes it easy for you. This is going to be the first video in a series that I'm creating that's going to be explaining step-by-step how to change your name and gender in all the legal documents. So following this will be like driver's license, social security, birth certificate, everything like that. So I hope you guys will follow along and you guys can change your name to match whoever you are legally. Before we start, just as a heads up, these exact form names and these exact steps are what I had to do living in California. Each state might be slightly different. So just triple check with your state exactly what you may need to do if there's any like slightly different steps. Okay, let's get into it. Step 1. Fill out the court forms. I'm gonna read you the court forms because ain't nobody trying to memorize these complicated names. First form you're going to need is Form NC 200, which is the petition for change of name, recognition of change of gender, and issuance of new birth certificate. The second form you're gonna need is Form NC 110, which is the attachment to petition for change of name. The third form you'll need is Form NC 125/NC 225. If you click on either one, it's the same form. It's called Order to Show Cause for Change of Name to Conform to Gender Identity. The fourth form you'll need is Form CM010, which is the civil case cover sheet. Fifth and final form you'll need is the Form NC 230, which is Decree Changing Name and Order Recognizing Change of Gender and for Issuance of New Birth Certificate. If that seemed overwhelming, it's all in my description down below. Just go and click on them and fill them out. Besides that, you may need some local forms. You just have to check with your local court and see if there's any like little other forms you may need. I didn't need anything, so you may not. And in order to file all these forms, you're gonna have to pay a really large chunk of money, which is super annoying. It's usually about $150 to $500. Anywhere in that range, normally towards the upper end. For me, it would have been $435, but there's a fee waiver form you can fill out. A lot of people don't realize this or realize it while they're in line and then they have to get out of line and get back in line. Save yourself time, fill out a fee waiver form FW001 and it's called Request to Waive Court Fees. File a fee waiver form. I ended up paying absolutely nothing. Okay, so it's really important and good. Common misconception for the next step is that you have to publish your name and gender change in the newspaper. That is possibly, maybe, still a thing for just name change, but you do not need to do that. For name and gender change, you don't need to put that in your newspaper, so you can take a breather on that one. Step 2, have your forms reviewed. If you can't afford a lawyer to really look over them, just yourself and maybe your parents or whatever, look over them a million times and make sure you filled it out correctly because you don't want to mess anything up really. Step 3, go make copies of every single form you just filled out. I maybe did like an extreme amount of copies. I did like 5 per, but you don't want to not have enough copies later down the line. So just make a buttload of copies for each form. Go get a folder or anything to make it all in one place, nice and neat, put that thing away until you really need it, because these are really important forms. You don't want to mess with this, you don't want to lose it, okay? So I got a folder, for example, and I labeled it name and gender forms. And on one side, I put all copies, and on the other side, I put the originals. For all the other legal documents that you're gonna need to change, a lot of them will ask for the original copies, and you're gonna need to know which ones are originals and which ones are copies. So I just kept those separate. Step 4 is you go to the court and you file the original and the copies and your fee waiver form. The county clerk will look over it, make sure you filled in everything correctly. When they approve everything, they will stamp it. They'll give you back the copies and they'll keep the originals. So put those copies straight in the folder, put it in your backpack, and then keep it safe. If you can't do the fee waiver form, you're gonna end up having to pay whatever the amount is right then, so have that money ready. Like I said, for California, it was $435. I don't think I've ever seen it go past 500, and I've seen it kind of low, around like 150, 200. So just depending on the county you're in, the state you're in, check how much it's gonna be, and then have that chunk of cash ready. And then after that, the county clerk will give you an official date and time of when you need to be there at the court for the judge to officially sign and stamp everything, make it official. Step 5. After you file all these forms, the court will issue the form NC125/NC225. That basically is such a small step. Unless there's someone really not wanting you to change your name and gender and like very intense about it, I wouldn't worry about this step. Basically what the court is doing is they're issuing this. It gives the person, if they have any objection, official, like really real reason to object to you changing your name and gender. They can write in and explain why within 6 weeks, and then the judge in court will look at that and decide. I guess if you have a really aggressive person that's against it, that's a good step to know about. Step 6, go home and request the day off, the entire day. I don't care when your court time is, just request the whole day, because what if it runs long? What if something happens? This is not a day you want to miss, I promise. It's a happy, good day, so just request the day off in advance. Make sure it happens, because you want to be there. Step 7, get your ass to court. Make sure you give yourself plenty of time. Think about parking, think about you have to go through security, sometimes there's lines, you have to go find the room. There's all these little details that you want to just give yourself plenty of time, and then after you've given yourself plenty of time, give yourself more time, because you don't want to stress yourself out on such a good and celebratory day, right? So when you get to the courtroom, you'll be in the room with a bunch of people of similar situations. The judge will call you up by your name, and they will approve or deny your request for your change of name or gender. I was pretty lucky because I got a really cute ass judge that was like so excited for me and so bubbly. It was like, oh, congratulations. They're not always jerks. Just go in there with a smile on your face and know it's your happy day and you're just gonna be approved, which is awesome. So when they approve it, they're going to stamp and sign the form NC230, which is the decree changing name and order recognizing change of gender and for issuance of new birth certificate. So that's the one that they're going to stamp and sign officially, which is so exciting. Step 8, you go and you talk to the county clerk. You get your certified court copy that's stamped and signed by the judge, which is super exciting. You bring that signed form to the county clerk, and they're gonna give you, I believe, the first one for free. Any additional certified copies are gonna be $25 each. So I highly suggest getting 3 copies, because in future legal documents that you're gonna need to change, a lot of them require original certified copies. They won't accept copies or return the original ones. So I say get 3 because you want plenty and you don't wanna have to go back to the court to then wait in line and then pay for more. Just if you have the money, I say just drop $50 and get 2 more extra copies. Save yourself time and any stress in the future. Step 10. Step 10, you go home and you celebrate. You just changed your goddamn name and gender, which is super, super exciting. Congratulations. The next step that you're gonna wanna start working on is changing your birth certificate and your driver's license. And just like this video, I'll include all of the forms you may need and all of the links and everything in the description in those videos. I hope this was helpful. I hope it consolidated all the information, made it a little less stressful and a little more exciting, because this is a very exciting day. I'm happy for you. It was honestly one of the best days. Here's a picture of when I changed mine. I'm all happy in front of the Burbank courthouse. Congratulations again. You got honestly the hardest part of it over with. A lot of the other stuff is just submitting certain forms and certain amounts of money. And I will see you guys next week with a step-by-step how-to video on how to change your birth certificate. All right, love you guys, and I will see you next week. Bye, guys.